All right, this weekend, Hezbollah killed 12 children and teenagers with a rocket attack in the Golan Heights, leading to increased concerns of an all-out war. By the way, an Iranian missile, we believe, was used. And while the White House says Israel has every right to respond, they also reportedly, as usual, are urging restraint. U.S. officials reportedly warning Israel that hitting Hezbollah targets in Beirut would likely cause the conflict to spiral out of control. Meanwhile, Kamala Harris is under fire for her shaky support of Israel after the vice president delivered remarks last week, desperately trying to please both sides after meeting with Prime Minister Netanyahu. Here now with more. Former senior White House advisor to President Trump, Stephen Miller, along with the Morgan Ortagus Show podcast, also formerly with the State Department, Morgan Ortagus. Morgan, she didn't show up for Prime Minister Netanyahu's speech. Then, according to reports, she tried to lecture him. And we know the Biden administration has been doing everything but support Israel's right to win their war on radical Islamic terrorists, which would have been the equivalent of October 7th losing 40,000 Americans in a day. Why have they surrendered in the war on terror?
Well, listen, we were told the adults would be back in charge, and the adults have brought us nothing but war and chaos. Listen, there's almost a major catastrophe or war in every year of the Biden administration. And now here we are and 10 months after October 7th, we still don't have our hostages home. We still have 5 Americans that are left behind in Gaza. And of course, there perhaps might be another major Middle Eastern war breaking out, Sean. And this is because the adults are not in charge. They don't know what they're doing. They are empowering the Islamic Republic of Iran. Why does all of this matter to Americans? Well, you may not believe it. You may listen to Biden when he said on Tuesday night that American troops were not engaged in war around the world. In fact, we are. We are dealing with the Houthis shooting ballistic missiles and drones at our ships, at our American embassy facilities in Israel. Americans died in January at the hands of Iranian-made drones. So America's under attack, Israel is under attack, and after they kill little babies, little children who are on a playground over the weekend, this administration's response yet again is to try to tie Israel's hands behind their back.
We played earlier in my monologue tonight, Stephen Miller, we played Kamala Harris saying we need to have the courage to never use the term radical Islamic terrorism. We need the courage to never use the term illegal alien. Well, then who attacked us on 9/11/01? Who attacked Israel? What is in... tell me about the group Hamas, whose own charter calls for the destruction of Israel, a known terrorist organization. What would she like us to call them?
You cannot be president of this country if you can't say the words radical Islamic terrorism. Look at those dead bodies in Israel. Look at those children who were butchered. Look at what happened on our own soil on 9/11. Thousands of Americans murdered by savage terrorists in cold blood. Look what's happened to Europe as the radical Islamic caliphate has spread into European capitals, making life unlivable for millions of citizens in the face of constant attacks and threats and violence. Kamala Harris will bring the caliphate here to the United States through her open border, through her weakness, through her radical, socialist, pro-Hamas policies. This is existential for America, Sean. You've covered it for so many years in your program. Weakness and surrender in the face of radical Islamic terrorism, combined with open borders, is a recipe for national suicide.
And Morgan, when you really look at it, by not allowing Israel, again, extrapolate out, compare our population to their population, that would have been 40,000 dead Americans on October the 7th. By not allowing and fighting and urging restraint with Israel and not supporting their outright victory in the war on terror, doesn't it encourage things like what happened this weekend? Because if you win the war against radical Islamic terrorists, things like that don't happen, do they? You put an end to it once and for all, and the death stops. In this case, dead children.
No, you're absolutely right. And in fact, this policy of the Biden-Harris administration, where they want to de-escalate around the world, right? That's their favorite phrase. Oh, we want diplomacy. We want to de-escalate. And in fact, those actions, those policies are escalatory. It's why we saw October 7th happen. It's why we continue to see attacks from the Iranian proxies throughout the region. And by the way, Israel, we support them, but they don't need our permission. We don't have to allow them to do anything. They need to go after the terrorists and protect their country, no matter who stands with them. I know I will stand with them. I can't say the same for Biden-Harris.
I've known Prime Minister Netanyahu for 30 years. I can promise you, it doesn't matter what Kamala Harris or Joe Biden says. Thank you both. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.